Good afternoon or evening or morning, whenever you happen to be watching us. I'm John Phillips, and this is Up or Down. All one boy in Kansas wants to do is provide free books to his neighbors, but the government is putting the kibosh on it. And find out who a few sexy libertarians are. I'll give you a hint. One of them might be sitting on this panel. All this and much, much more will be judged with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And our panel is stand-up comic and PJTV contributor, Mr. Stephen Kruiser. I hope you're not pretending that's a gun, because if you are, there are some kindergarten teachers
Can it just be a thumb
in Nebraska that are going to have serious issues with that. And PJTV correspondent, Michelle Fields. They both have their thumbs ready to go, so let's go ahead and light this candle. Topic number one involves the Collins family in Leawood, Kansas. They installed a little free library outside their home. The idea is to leave a book to take a book. It's all in the honor system. But, and it's the size of Kirstie Alley's, the city actually shut it down, claiming it's against city code to have a book structure on a private residence. So up or down, should they be able to leave their library standing, Stephen Kruiser?
On a private residence, I think was the key there, right there. If you want to give away something on your property, you should be able to give some. I understand the city getting involved if you start to, sell things. If you start to exchange goods for money, I understand that. But if it's someone walking onto your property, taking something, leaving something, that is insane. Just go. Keep your laws off my yard.
Michelle, is this the government gone wild?
Look, they should be able to do that. Like Kruiser said, this is private property. If they want to do it, if they want to put whatever, if they want to put a Santa Claus on their lawn when it's not Christmas, or they want to put a take a book, leave a book thing, like, who cares? It's their property. They can do what they want. Thumbs down to the government who's trying to stop it.
On Halloween, we used to have neighbors who would put up structures like that, temporary ones, with candy, and they would say, help yourself, take 2 pieces or 3 pieces and move along. What's the difference between that and this?
This is, okay, if we haven't tinfoiled hat in almost 2 weeks, tinfoil hatted, or however you want to say that, in almost 2 weeks. They're always shutting down these kids who show some initiative lately. I think that may be behind this. They don't like when a little kid steps outside of the box and doesn't do what their little marching soldier taught in, grade school now, and they do something different like this. They set up a lemonade stand. They set up something that goes out. They're always going after these little kids who do stuff like this because they're the free thinkers, and I think they scare them.
All right, on to topic number 2. We've talked a little bit about Google Glass on the show. They're the glasses that Google uses to create a seamless virtual experience with your everyday life, allowing you to search the web, call people, use maps, etc., all in real time. But one of the complaints was that they look too nerdy and chunky to put on your face. Well, that won't be true anymore. Fashion designer Diane von Furstenberg has released a whole line of eyewear specifically to accommodate Google Glass. Let's see what she has to say about the new product line.
On Fashion Week, we revealed Google Glass to the world.
It was one of the first time really fashion and technology met and collided at the same time.
So when I was actually able to design with the Google Glass, I was so happy. And I love aviator shape, so I went for the aviator, and then I went for the shield, which I love.
And now we get to collaborate and create something really for women. Before we had a couple of frames, but it was designed to be unisex.
You told me that it was a big, huge thing.
And now you too can look like Sally Jesse Raphael from The Fifth Element. So up or down, would you be more likely to get Google Glass now, Stephen Kruiser?
That was a nice pop culture reference mashup there. Sally Jesse Raphael and The Fifth Element. Not yet. Not yet. One of my first complaint about it was it looks too goofy when you're wearing it. There's a couple of people I know who wear them a lot, and they're just like, okay, whatever, that's distracting me. And until the glasses just look like this, and I'm seeing it somehow, and it's completely integrated, probably not.
Michelle, I look at the new glasses that Diane came up with. They look just as stupid as the old ones. Your take?
I think I'd be more likely to get it now that there are different frames and different styles. But no, I don't think I'm going to get it. I mean, I still think it looks stupid. And I'm not the person that goes out and gets the first version of a new product. I allow other people to do that. poor quality of whatever it is, the first new iPod that comes out or new phone. And then later on, the product becomes cheaper and it actually gets better because they find all the bugs in it. So I'd rather wait and get the better version later down the road than get the first version that probably has a lot of problems and looks ugly.
All right, on to topic number 3. Speaking of Google, we have a little bonus topic for you. When one girl wanted to be able to spend more time with her father this summer, she wrote a letter to his company, which was Google, requesting that they give him Wednesdays off for the summer, especially because it was going to be Daddy's birthday. She got a response from the senior design manager for the tech giant saying he could have the entire first week of July off. Isn't that generous? So up or down, is Google an awesome company to work for? Stephen Kruiser.
I've heard nothing but the Google campus is awesome, the food, the this, the that, the everything is awesome because, when you're worth $1 kajillion, you can make it happy for the people. You can actually become the generous hippie you want to be when you take full advantage of the capitalist system.
Now, Michelle, you're single, I'm single, Kruiser, you're not married. If a single person said, I want one day a week off so I can go sit on the beach, I have a feeling Google would come back with a different response.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I give Google a thumbs up. That's awesome. All I've heard is wonderful things about the way that they treat and value their employees, and I think that's great. But I think you're right. If a single employee said, hey, I want to take a day off to go hang out at the beach, they're not going to reply and say, yeah, take a week off. This is good publicity and good marketing for the company. It continues to build their brand. So of course they're going to reply. They know that it's going to end up getting in the media and making Google look awesome. So good PR on their part.
All right, on to topic number 4. We came across a special list on libertyviral.com, which named the 20 sexiest libertarians in the country. But we scrolled down, and what to our wondering eyes to appear but our very own Michelle Fields on that list. However, she only made their list at spot number 16. So we figured that we'd make it up to her and do our own list of up or down personalities. So I'd say Stephen Kruiser came in a close third with this awesome selfie. Look at that. Ladies, sorry, he's taken. And most people don't know that in my younger years, I was a male model. So I came in second.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Or the MGM Lion.
That's amazing.
I've done something different with my hair, if you can't tell. And of course, our pal Michelle is first and hottest on our up or down list. There she is. What is that, on Hannity?
Aww. Yeah.
I think that's Hannity.
Thanks, guys.
The dude who wrote this list was drunk or something because he calls her the most beautiful woman alive, then puts her at 16. And also, Michelle, after having read his blurb about you, I think you might want to contact the cops. I think this guy's a little creepy.
All right. So up or down, should looks play a part in politics, Stephen Kruiser?
I could, to be popular, go thumbs down on this, but every once in a while it's just nice to see someone pleasant looking in an otherwise, because politics for the most part, they always say DC is Hollywood for ugly people. I mean, you look at the McConnells and the Pelosi's of the world, they're really stepping up on that count. So every once in a while, someone pleasant to look at in politics, I think it's worked out for the News Corporation.
And Michelle, let's be honest, when you elect someone to be president of the United States, odds are they're going to be there 8 years, 4 years guaranteed. And they're in your house every single day because they're on the news, they're in your newspaper, you hear their voice on the radio. I don't think any more William Howard Tafts are going to get elected president. I'm just going out on a limb there.
That's probably true. I mean, now your image plays so much into your ability to win an election. So I think being attractive plays a part, unfortunately. I mean, I wish we could just elect people based on their policies and whether they'd be good for the job and be a good leader. But I think oftentimes the way someone looks and acts on TV plays a really big role.
Well, we asked our fans on Facebook what political star they think is best looking, and here's what a few of them had to say. Greg B. said, Sarah Palin is still smoking hot and sexy. And Stephen Kruiser's giving thumbs up,
Yes.
although you can't see it right now. Matthew C. said, Andrea Tanteros, I win. Kelly G. said, Rand Paul. I think Michelle would agree with that. And Jeff E. said, Zoe is the man.
Well.
And I know Michelle Fields agrees with that. There he is rocking the beard.
Of course, yes.
All right. On to topic number 5. The University of South Florida is going where no college, or certainly its library, has gone before. It'll begin checking out drone quadcopters to students so that they can use them to film and participate in other experiments. So up or down, do you want college students checking out drones from their school libraries, Stephen Kruiser?
Bunch of drunk, hormone-crazed kids with control of a mini drone. What could go wrong? Of course, I'm both ways on this, but I really don't think these are going. I really don't think these are going to be used for school purposes at first. I think it's going to be, oh, let's see if we can fly it into the dorm and grab the girls, you know what, and I don't trust college kids because I was a college kid, John.
You know, Michelle, maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but to me, libraries are just a building to smoke behind.
Look, I don't trust college kids. I don't trust college kids with drones, and I definitely don't trust college kids in Florida or anyone in Florida. I'm going to give it a thumbs down. This is asking for some weird story to come out like 6 months from now. So I think this is a terrible idea. If you want to test it anywhere, but don't test it in Florida with college students. No, not a good idea.
Michelle just completely dissed an entire state. That's awesome.
There you go.
Weird stories, always from Florida,
True.
always.
It's true. George Zimmerman, Casey Anthony,
Florida.
wasn't the bath salt guy from Florida?
Every weird thing that's ever happened is it's like there was
Sinkholes, Florida.
My kid was giving me a quiz the other day. It was because the other weird story place isn't in the U.S. It's Germany. So the quiz, the game was Germany or Florida.
Yeah.
And she would read some weird news story, and you had to pick which one it was.
Although I will defend the state of Florida by saying this. They did give the world Jimmy Buffett.
Works for me.
Thumbs up, parrot heads. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Who would you add to your list of sexy right-wingers? And is Google a company you want to work for? Leave your comments in the comment section below. And don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/PJTV. That's where you can leave your comments to be featured on next week's show. I'm John Phillips for Stephen Kruiser and Michelle Fields. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful weekend.